not just born to center your entire existence on work and labor. You were born to heal, to grow, to be of service to yourself and your community, to practice, to experiment, to create, to have space, to dream, and to connect. This quote from Trisha Hershey, author of Rest is Resistance, starts us off today as we learn about a soft reset and creativity being inspired from this process. Welcome to the Modern Creative Woman podcast, exploring the art and science of creativity. And this is your podcast. It's for women like you who want to elevate their creativity and really start applying creative thinking in your everyday life. So I'm your hostess and creativity expert, Dr. Amy Backos. I'm a licensed psychologist and a registered and board-certified art therapist with almost 3 decades helping women with their creativity and authenticity. Here at the Modern Creative Woman, we are obsessed with helping you build your creativity. Through conversations and creative insights, I'll give you the science and the art of becoming the woman you've always wanted to be. Let's get started. Welcome in. I'm so glad you have joined me on this audio creativity journey. Today is all about rest and how it informs our creativity. A few weeks ago, I mentioned a little trick that you can use where you close your eyes for 10 seconds and it acts like a soft reset. Have you tried it? What do you think? Today, I want to go into the science of why this hack is a productivity hack and how we can use it to increase our creativity, our memory, and give our brains a little bit of a rest. Turns out we often close our eyes when we're trying to remember something or when we want to focus on our thoughts. And people who do this have surprising brain benefits. When your eyes are closed, you can retain more auditory information. So what you're listening to is remembered more. You become more sensitive to sounds when your eyes are closed. You can recall visual details even more clearly. One study found that people at a crime scene could remember 44% more information when they were asked to close their eyes when recalling the details. There's quite a few studies that have looked at what it's like to close your eyes after you learn. And if you are studying or you're preparing for a presentation, you can practice and study and then follow it up by 15 to 20 minutes of wakeful rest. And that means your eyes are closed, but you're still awake. And the fMRI studies showed that the participants in the study, their brains were working frantically to replay the learning. Closing your eyes after you learn something puts your brain in the mode of remembering it. You will learn faster and consolidate the information. You can also double the number of creative ideas you have. This is so interesting. I've talked before about convergent and divergent thinking, and we use a lot of this information inside the Modern Creative Woman membership. Divergent thinking is best exemplified with an experiment. So if you had a sock, how many things can you think of to do with a sock besides put it on your foot? And so your brain starts using a process called divergent thinking, looking for different new creative ways to use a sock. It could be a purse. It could be a dust cloth. It could be a storage container. There's so many things that you could do with a sock. That process, as you continue thinking of ways to use a sock, is engaging your brain in divergent thinking. For people who close their eyes during these divergent thinking experiments, they are able to come up with more ideas. In fact, twice as many ideas than people who kept their eyes open. You can be twice as creative. That's incredible. I began looking into the science of why this is the case, that closing our eyes helps our brain work. Our brain uses a lot of energy to process visual information. And by comparison, taste, touch use much less energy in thinking. When you close your eyes, you're freeing up a huge part of your brain to process other information. There's even research that shows creative people will blink their eyes a little bit more frequently before they solve a creative problem. So one way that you can use this is simply closing your eyes, lay down for a few minutes, close your eyes, and let your mind wander. So it's not a mindfulness meditation. You don't have to focus on observing anything. Just let your mind wander where it wanders. And that process with your eyes closed can give you some incredible new ideas. Let's talk a little bit more about the scientific benefits of this soft reset of closing your eyes. It gives you more clear thinking. It also lowers your stress. That's incredible. A faster response is possible when you're using the soft reset of closing your eyes. You end up with better and faster problem solving. Even these shorter periods of closing your eyes, 20 seconds or so, can give you this soft reset. The 15 to 20 minutes gives you some real creative fuel. I used to laugh a little bit at my dad. He would come home from work and say that he was going to rest his eyes, and he would lay down, close his eyes, 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes he would fall asleep, but usually it was just a rest. And he's a retired biology and chemistry teacher. And so being able to reflect on his work, I think, served him well. So here's how I would think of using this. This quiet wakefulness is something that you can cultivate every single day. And I think I was much better at doing this when my son was really young. I would lay down for a few minutes when he was napping. I often felt like I couldn't give up the entire nap time to go to sleep myself unless I needed it. I wanted to get up, do laundry, etc. However, those few minutes of resting, closing my eyes, I think really helped me relax. Closing your eyes calms your mind. It also relaxes your muscles and your organs, not just your eyes. It's nice when your eyes get to rest, but your whole body gets a little rest. It's almost like we're telling our body it's safe. It can take a break from focusing and thinking and observing. It gives us a feeling of safety. And this is huge for people who experience a lot of anxiety or depression, who've experienced traumas. Giving your body opportunities to know that it's safe. Lay down on the sofa, close your eyes for a few minutes, gives your body a new experience. Now here's some more of the how this happens. When we're awake, all of our neurons are pretty much constantly firing. When we're asleep, our neurons revert to what's called an up and down state. And that means that some neurons are active at some points in time and not at others. And then during some stages of sleep, all our neural activity goes silent. And that's essential for so many reasons, that we give ourselves an opportunity to go through sleep cycles. Now, when you close your eyes for your soft reset, your neurons will never go completely silent. This restful awakeness just lets you slow down some of the neurons. They do take a break. And that aspect of catching a break helps reduce stress. It also works as a reset for our overactive brain. If you are thinking too much, if you're ruminating, closing your eyes for a few minutes can really slow this down. Regarding creativity, resting your eyes increases your alertness, it improves your mood, and it stimulates creativity and mental clarity. That example of participants who generated twice the number of answers on the divergent thinking test, that's huge. Just imagine you can have twice as many ideas about the projects you're working on or the relationships that you're in. Twice as many ideas gives you twice as many options, and that increases your psychological flexibility. Resting your eyes is also a great tool if you are stuck on a problem Or if you're in a debate with someone and you're starting to get confused or you're not sure how to respond, just closing your eyes can really help. Now, I want to give a caveat here about sleeping. This soft reset of closing your eyes, it does give your brain, your muscles, even your organs a tiny break. However, this is only a soft reset. We really have to focus on these deeper stages of sleep where our body can replenish itself. Now, when we are fully asleep, our body goes to work, repairing cells, producing new cells, releasing growth hormones. It also deeply resets our brain. It helps us remember new information, consolidate what we've learned, and let go of things that are not relevant. A full night's sleep helps us get over a cold. It can stimulate and regulate our appetite. As a reminder, women need 9 hours of sleep, not 8, and 10 hours during menstruation. I feel like I'm on a mission to tell everyone I know, you need 9 hours, not 8. So to apply this information, try doing the 10-second eye close throughout the day. See what happens. If you can set aside a few minutes after you learn new material to close your eyes, that 15 to 20 minutes seems to be kind of the magic number when you need to consolidate a lot of information. Let me know how this works for you. This is an incredible bit of brain research that highlights what we naturally do, close our eyes when we want to think more clearly. And it's really pointing us in the direction of how to be more creative. And creativity gives us so many benefits. We really end up experiencing the world in a richer, more meaningful way when we are using our creative thinking and our creative process. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Now that you know about how to use your creativity, what will you create? Want more? Subscribe to the Modern Creative Woman digital magazine. It's absolutely free and it comes out once a month. And I know you can get a lot out of the podcast and the digital magazine. Yet when you're ready to take it to the next level, I want you to know you have options inside the membership. And if you're interested in a private consultation, please feel free to book a call with me. Even if you just have some questions, go ahead and book a call. My contact is in the show notes, and you can always message me on Instagram. Do come find me in the Modern Creative Woman on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest at Dr. Amy Bacos. If you like what you're hearing on the Modern Creative Woman podcast, I want to give you the scoop on how you can support the podcast. You can be an ambassador and share the podcast link with 3 of your friends. You can be a community supporter by leaving a 5-star review if you think it's worth the 5 stars. And you can become a gold star supporter for as little as $3 a month. All those links are in the show notes. Remember to grab your free copy of the 21-Day Gratitude Challenge. The link is in the show notes, and you can find it at moderncreativewoman.com. Have a wonderful week, and I cannot wait to talk with you in the next episode.